So Tobias and I work in two different communities, and I work with a community of people, of kids and youth in Malawi, in Southeast Africa, one of the most under-resourced, materially poor communities there. And obviously he works with the special needs community here in the United States. But there's one thing that we have noticed that is consistent in all of that is our concern that people tend to create circles in society, and circles that leave people out. And so one passion of ours is to say, why is it that we create those types of circles? Why is it that we choose and pick the people that can belong to those circles? And why is it that we are leaving some people out? And knowing all the while that when we do that, like, that hurts people, So that's part of our passion, part of why we are having this conversation today.
Yeah, I think one of the pieces, the main reason that we felt like us banding together to do an event like this that was so helpful to what our cause is because the issue is not rural Africa or urban Africa. The issue is not the disability or special needs. Like, the issue is our perception of people in society, and that one perception spans across different communities. And I'll look at people with disabilities and people from Africa the same way and not really know that that's what I'm doing. But what I see it as is it's really just an issue of valuation. Like, we look at people and we value them based on how they interact with society and with us. And certain groups are just left out too easily, and there's too many blockades that are mostly social, and we like to think that they're physical blockades or emotional blockades, but the reality is just there's a lack of interaction. And so we think by doing something like this, we can provide a space for interaction that can be transforming for us and the people that we serve.
And nothing just happens. And in order for any change at all to be realized, we have to be intentional with how we let people know about why we do what we do. And I know that a lot of the times when we talk to people about at least issues of injustice, and a lot of people would say, "Oh, you know what? You just need to, to teach people how to fish and not fish for them." And we don't stop teaching people how to fish. We want to look at the systems that keep people where they are. So that one of the questions we're asking is, even though people have the skill set to be able to fish, who are the people that are upstream that are polluting the water so that the fish isn't there in the pond? And so some of these things are kind of like systematic and social, and so we want to kind of like enter into that and have a conversation with people that is hopefully redemptive for all of us. This again is not a matter of charity; it is a matter of how we look at justice in our communities.
Yeah, and I agree. I think one of the coolest things about what we get to do too is it's not always a service of sorts. Like, what we get to do is built on relationship, and so being able to do a concert like this and an event like this, hopefully with more opportunity in the future for people to interact, is when people get to interact, they get to share their heart. And it's hard to do that through a service. Like, when you're doing a service, you're meeting a need, and the need can be very easy to understand when you can see it, touch it, and feel it, but people are a little bit harder to get. And so I think that's really what we want to introduce people to, is the idea that you don't have to serve the world, but there can be a life of interacting with the world that actually can change it.
And one of the things I've kind of like learned from Tobias along the way was the idea he was sharing about seeing the image of God in people, everyone that you come across, and so that getting involved in the lives of others doesn't become this paternal thing where I'm up here and you're down here, and I'm trying to, and I'm gonna throw this at you to try and help you. But it's like, whenever we are beginning to create circles where people hang out together, then you and I become a prophetic voice that says, you know what, we are abandoning that life that segregates, and we are fighting for a life where people are viewed as people are viewed as contributors to our society, that everyone can be learned from. And so our invitation is for you and I to become that prophetic voice, not just in what we say, but how we live our lives, to say, no, this stuff actually matters. And that when we see classism at home, in our homes, when we see classism in our schools, when we see classism in our churches, when we see classism in the marketplace, we're going to stand up against it. That it matters that much.
And that's the reason that we chose NO2CLASSISM as kind of the title for this event too, is because it's there's a lot of things that we can't do, things that we're not professionals in, and so we can't really address, but classism is something that we can all address. Like, the way we view people, the way we value them, how we approach them, and how we see them interacting with us and the rest of the world, that can change in a second. And we honestly believe that we can do that. We can do that here. We can do that in our different ministries and organizations we're a part of, and we can do that at work. We can do that with friends and even with family. And really, it's just a matter of a heart change. And so what we're doing is not inviting people into a project, or inviting people into our organizations, or inviting them into anything else, but just briefly inviting them into an experience where they can live that out, because we honestly believe that a world without classism is addictive, because it's the way that we were built and meant to live out life together.
So come alongside us, right? Come alongside us, and then see what we can do together. Who knows, you may be the one specific voice that changes everything for at least the people that are in our circle.